Hello there, YouTube. It is Victor, King of the Morons, and wow, so many things to talk about. Why am I wearing this stupid hat? Well, this is kind of an Oyajis hat, right? Because look, I'm kind of balding, which I hope helps remind you of Hikosaemon, which is my 2.5 Oyajis brother in arms. And we will be doing a special Wednesday show on his channel this week. Remember, he was sick last week. I think it was STDs or something. I don't remember. But before we get into that, a few things I want to talk about and show you. First of all, let me get the fun stuff out of the way. You might notice a weird glare coming from the floor. And let me take this off. Let me show you why that is, ladies and gentlemen. Just a minute. Check this out. This is a flashlight that I bought at Costco the other day, and it's huge. Look at this. Look at the light. Look at this. I'm coming to get ya. Okay, look at that, huh? It's pretty good, right? It costs 5,000 yen. It's rechargeable. You can see there's no cords, see? And you can hang it from somewhere. It's so light, you could probably hang it from the ceiling. I could probably, put it somewhere. I don't really need it today, but I just wanted to show it to you. Whoa, now you're blinded! Okay. Actually, the sight of my visage blinds many people, turns many people to stone too, and that's out of the way. Just a little fun stuff. I thought I should make a video of this crap that I buy at Costco. We went there the other day with Mully, Warmoth Strat, and his wonderful and beautiful wife Tomoko. Not Tomoko this, of course. His Tomoko, which is a different Tomoko. And we said, we're not going to buy anything. We're just going to go look around. But of course, we ended up buying a lot of crap. What's that sound? Ghost. I heard something. Okay, so today, as you may you may notice, there's a gentleman behind me on my other monitor named BobbyJudo. This is kind of funny because he's actually sitting in front of a Mac monitor as well, and it says "Iwasete" there, which means let me tell you something. Let me bitch about something. That's BobbyJudo. He is one of the, I guess he would be one of the best Japanese-speaking bloggers. Gaijin bloggers, of course. That's the point. I mean, if you're Japanese, you've obviously got an advantage over any of us. But and as you can tell, he's quite the good-looking fella, quite the dandy, as they say in Japanese. And he's someone that he will be on the show on Wednesday night on Hikosaemon's channel. And he once sent me this hat. He lives in Fukushima, or somewhere. Fukuoka, I don't remember. No, not Fukushima. Freudian slip. Fukuoka, any F word. I got a lot of F words for Bobby, actually. So, to be honest, this is kind of the string, has given out. You know how elastic just gives out? This is like, this is what happens to men's underwear, too, eventually, It just gives out. It's a beautiful hat. Actually, I really, really like this hat. I should wear it more often, but it doesn't quite cover my ears. I guess it could, if I force it. I guess it could cover my ears. It might be warm, but it's pretty cool hat. It's a wonderful hat. I really like the hat. And Bobby sent it to me years ago, about over 3, 4, maybe when he got started. He made a video years ago. It was a kind of parody of the McDonald's commercials that drew the ire of that DeBito guy. I don't know if you guys know Arudo DeBito. He's a foreigner that lives in Japan. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He used to live in Japan, but he's one of the first. He's the most well-known foreigner to become Japanese. And he's kind of a dick because his whole a personal opinion. That's not a defamation. That's just my subjective opinion. His whole existence is built around exposing Japanese racism towards foreigners in Japan. And one of his I'm tying this to BobbyJudo's video. BobbyJudo's first video was a parody of a McDonald's video in which a foreigner walks around Japan, and I don't remember the exact. I don't remember what his name was, but it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Bobby did a pretty good parody of it. I'm not sure Bobby was actually in the video. He just made the video, but they used a lot of copyrighted music, or there was something wrong with the video that he couldn't really. It was back in the day where you could get your channel, you could lose your channel because of copyright stuff. But nowadays they just let you keep it on your channel, but they send the copyright owner all the money that you make from your tons of money you make from the Google AdSense. But anyway, I found that video. I don't remember how, and it was a great video. And I contacted Bobby. I said, "Wow, that's a great video. You are really entertaining, and I'd like to help you out a little bit, give you a little push, which is what I used to do. I used to help a lot of other smaller vloggers. And you might sound, well, you might think, oh, that sounds so generous of you, Victor. You're quite the what do we call it? There's another, the generous. I forgot the word I was just about to say, and I even taught it in TOEIC class tonight. What was it? Anyway, you are quite the generous person, the charitable soul. However, it was always a kind of give and take. I take his video, put it on my channel, and promote him. And he gets exposed to my fairly large and very friendly, moronic database of followers and subscribers. So it was a little give and take. So we enjoyed that relationship for a little while. And he was very good about it. He did a great job, made a lot of fun videos. And I think he made like 5 videos for me. It was a mutually beneficial relationship for a short time. And now that I started, we had a falling out. He might not even realize that, but we had a falling out, and I felt a little, annoyed or hurt. I'll even admit I was a bit hurt. I know I'm not supposed to talk about emotions. It's such a feminine and weak thing to do, but I was a bit hurt by his behavior, and so I decided to not waste my time on people who I felt were not. I don't want to say the word deserving, but were. Let's say, how about this? People who only brought me grief. How about this? That's the easiest way to put it. Yeah, I mean, as much as I got to admit, from an objective point of view, that he's quite a great blogger. He's a great blogger. I haven't watched him in months, to be honest. This is the first video I loaded up behind me. This is the first time I've seen him in actually years, to be honest. But I've been aware of his presence. Occasionally, for some reason, the fact that he exists would come up on YouTube. I remember, not with a lot of spite or anything. I'm just to be clear, it wasn't like it was just like basically he brought me a lot of grief, so I cut all ties with him in every way I could. But now when and Hikosaemon asked me like a year ago, he said, let's BobbyJudo contacted us contacted him, and he wants to be on the show, right, in the 2.5 Oyajis show. And I was like, fuck him. That was my answer. And Hiko knows why. But now that I started, when I thought, but Hiko and I often agree on many things, but for some reason he's Teflon, so he will not. How do I explain this? He doesn't get any flack for holding the same beliefs that I do. Okay, for some reason. Okay. Maybe because I've got a big mouth, maybe because in the past he's been, due to his dealings with the CIA, he's not allowed to speak about certain things on his videos. And I of course, my deal with the KGB is very different, so I don't have to worry about that. So I've been a little bit more verbal about my feelings. And I kind of hesitate talking about this at all. Not just because I'm wearing a stupid red hat, but just because it feels like something that should be talked about privately. Like I should contact him and talk to him privately about my beef with him, or my misgivings, or my sorry, my whipped. I guess what's the internet expression? My whippedness. I'm whipped. I don't know. No, that's not the expression. Butthurtness. Yes, I couldn't remember. But my whole beef with him actually is that he can't keep his mouth shut. That's my feeling, is that he can't keep his mouth shut, and as a result, there he is. There he disappeared. Look, How appropriate. He couldn't keep his mouth shut about some things, and it ended up causing me a lot of grief, and I think undeserved grief, because I've done. This sounds so, yeah, like I said, when I started thinking about making this video tonight, I was like, this sounds so stupid. I shouldn't say anything. I got nothing to say about this. But Hiko wants me, Hiko wants to promote this Wednesday night thing to Bobby. And to be fair, this is probably, a lot of you guys like the drama, even more than I do. But I'm pretty much over it, except that I don't feel any reason to help him anymore, or do anything, because every time I've interacted with him in the past, that's what it was. I remember now. I'm starting to remember. Every time I interacted with this guy, it would come back to bite me in the ass in some weird way, and usually involving other people. So, by the way, this is my first one tonight. I sometimes get a comment, "Are you drunk?" No, it's just one shot. Okay, I can have like 6 of these before I start slurring my words. Right? Anyway, so finally, Hikosaemon talked me into having BobbyJudo, or taking part into a 2.5 Oyajis, because I told Hiko, I said, "Look, man, I don't want to do it. I have got nothing to, I'd rather not get involved." And I wasn't like angry. I just said, I just wanted to avoid it. So I said, "I don't want to get involved. Why don't you have him on the show? I'd completely support. I'll even advertise it, but I don't want to be on the show. I don't want to talk to the guy, okay? Because it's going to come back and bite me in the ass, because for various reasons." So, but then it's an old story, and it's basically a dead story. So why we should let lying dogs. What's it called? Lying dogs lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. That's it. Let sleeping dogs lie. You might say, right? But I was thinking more of the philosophical. Well, a couple things. I'm sorry. I was thinking about 2 things. One of them is I was thinking about Renetto, and Renetto being quite possibly the best blogger who has ever lived. Though of course there might be a Michael Jordan blogger coming up in the future, but let's say he's the Jackie Robinson of bloggers, even though he's not black. But he's a great blogger, and the reason is one of the reasons that he's a great blogger, or perhaps he's maybe we could even say he's one-trick pony. I don't know if that's really true. I don't think that's not true. He's actually quite talented in many other ways. Some of them you can see on XTube, but just joking. No, he's quite talented. But one of his strengths, and I guess his biggest strength, is his ability to come at you unadulterated, no mosaic, no pixelated emotions. He comes at you, and he'll cry, and he'll expose himself, and he'll laugh. And 1 minute, it's almost like he's insane. He'll start laughing, and he'll start crying, and all in the same video. You'll go through the full range of emotions. And he's impressive that way. And it is very, he knows, he's aware of himself. He said, "Oh, I got hat hair. I got BobbyJudo hat hair." Every time I deal with this guy, something bad happens to me. So look at this. Oh my God, another crime. So it's a cathartic, excuse me, cathartic. Cartha, it's a city. It's a cathartic experience for the viewer, I think, to be able to see someone who talks so much about, who's so open in his blogs about what's happening in his life with his wife, his beefs with other people, and he's a very sincere person. A lot of people don't like Renetto, and a lot of people don't even remember Renetto because he's But back in the day, he was like the blogger. He was the blogger for sure. Top, one of the top 5 or 10. I don't remember. Maybe even number 1 once. I don't remember. But he was one of the top, and one of the first bloggers to ever get paid directly from YouTube. I think before even Google owned it, I think. But anyway, one of the things I admire about Renetto is his honesty and his ability to go on camera and just speak the truth, just talk, from the heart, and say things that are even potentially embarrassing to normal people. And I think that's something I'm also good at. I'm successful at being able to put myself out there to an extent, though not that extent, because I don't talk about masturbation, for example. I've never talked about that. That's a subject. It's not a big part of my life, just to make that clear. But it's something I've never really broached. I don't know if Renato has either, but but there's some things that better left. Let sleeping dogs lie. You can interpret that in any way you want. I don't talk about everything. Some things you don't have to talk about. I don't talk about bowel movements too much. Though I've been meaning to Google reasons for anal leakage, just out of curiosity. Could it be just that weird oil that they put in potato chips? Is there any other reason your butt could leak? Just curious. Like I'm wondering about old people, because I've been watching a little bit of E-Bombs World, and there was a woman who, I don't want to get into it, but I'm just wondering, could you accidentally poop is there something, could it be like, would it be a medical condition? It's just a curiosity. It's not a personal problem, but I've never talked about that until this video. But anyway, back to the point. The point being, I think being honest and being out there with your emotions is an admirable thing to do, and it is cathartic, I think, for the viewer, the viewer, watching me or listening to me if you're doing your laundry, which is what this video is supposed to be. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video. I'll put it in the title. It's a laundry video, which means you don't really have to watch it. You can just listen to it and hear me gulp. I'm not drinking the good stuff today because Bobby doesn't deserve it. No, actually, I was just too lazy. I just grabbed the nearest bottle. Where the hell is that bottle? Where did I put that bottle? I'm sure you guys know. You probably know. Oh, there it is. Yes, just a Suntory whiskey thing. So that's one reason I want to talk about this, the feelings and the emotions, because I admire that. But like I said at the beginning of this video, I felt when I was starting to think about what I was about to say, I was thinking, wow, this sounds really petty and stupid, and drama. But at the same time, Hiko was like, you should talk about it to promote this. It'll get more views for Wednesday night, if we promote it tonight. So I said, okay. And also at the time he was talking to me, it was raining, and I was riding my bicycle home in the rain, and it was freezing. So I think I was beaten by nature. Hiko caught me when I was, at the hands of Mother Nature, and you know how her wrath can be. Anyway, I kind of lost track of what I was talking about, but here's the thing. I'm not the kind of, what was it? Oh, there was something. Oh yeah, something more about this. Oh yes. So I started thinking about this in a more philosophical point of view, as in, I'm not really, I don't really hold a. It's not a bitter feeling I have at this moment about BobbyJudo, or all the crap that came down as a result of interacting with him years ago. But it did teach me a few things, because months later, I had kind of a sad falling out with another blogger named Daichen, who I almost want to say I love the guy, but he doesn't make videos, I think, much anymore, or nothing about this, and I'm sure he's not going to appreciate me mentioning it, but too bad. A great guy. I do like him very much, but he made it very clear that he had nothing but disdain for everybody else who made blogs, pretty much, right? And there's actually a few people like that. So they basically, a few other bloggers have nothing but disdain for everyone else who makes blogs, which makes me sad, because that's one of the problems I had with BobbyJudo, is I thought we were friends, and I made the mistake, and it's my mistake, obviously, because obviously he doesn't think we're friends. But he sent me that hat, and I took it as a sign of, well, I guess we're friends. That's great, He sent me a hat, and I helped him, and he helped me, I guess, Mostly I helped him, I thought, but he sent me a hat, and that was appreciative, because years later, Daichen would say to me that everyone who ever appeared on my Japanese for Morons as guest senseis, that they all were using me for views, which is funny, because I think I often thought maybe someone might presume I might be using them for just free videos, but usually it was in their benefit more than mine. I think I've proven in my videos that I don't need, Tomoko and I do very well as a pair, but I've made quite a few videos that have done pretty well without any help. So, just to lay those rumors to rest right there. Oh, there's my moron crown, I just noticed. But what was the point of that? There was it made me a bit sad that Daichen said that, But it also, I couldn't deny that there was some, maybe not truth, but definitely some lack of friendship feelings from some of the people that I thought I had become friends with, and even now I think are nice. I actually like I actually like everybody who's ever been on the channel, and I've never had any problem with anybody except when I've that's bizarre. I'm actually getting to a point here. I never actually have problems with anybody until they have a problem with me. I'm a fucking generous person. I never have a problem with anybody until that guy, the Australian guy, I forgot what he always says. The Australian guy who makes like tons of videos and they're mostly boring. If you live in Japan, you're pretty bored. But for some bizarre reason, he appeals to a lot of people who are interested in Japan. The Japan channel or something. Like that guy, I was nothing but supportive. Until one day I made a very slightly, look, I kind of disagree with you on this one point. And he went apeshit and declared me the biggest traitor in the world just because I disagreed with him in a comment, And after that, I had a problem with him. But before that, I was like, really? You're going to give me all this judgment, all this attitude? All I've done is support, you and your comments and the comments and watching your videos and crap. And then suddenly, it's got to be kiss my ass completely or nothing. So after that, I was like, fuck that guy, I don't think about that guy at all anymore, but I'm just giving an example. As in, here's my point. I never have a problem with anybody unless they have a problem with me. When you start talking shit about me and I don't think I deserve it, then you got especially if I think you're an idiot, like the Rising Gaijin guy I talked about last time. Like, got a good voice for podcasting, but mostly I think, kind of an arrogant dick, and no tact at all, and kind of racially insensitive and kind of an idiot, but like I said, I was free to let him go live his life. I was ignoring him completely until he got a problem. I'm not perfect though. There is one guy who I did go out of my way to pick a fight with. And it wasn't because he disliked me. It was because I thought he was talking shit, and that's Tokyo Zeppelin, right? But to his credibility. No, to his credit. That's it. To his credit, he took my pretty fair, though subjective, of course. Took my opinion and didn't go nuts. He took it like a man. He took my criticism, and we are actually, I would say, friends. Who knows? He probably doesn't think I'm friends either. But I think we're friends. Even though I haven't talked to him for about a week, but and only on Facebook, which is a big time-sucking waste of time. But yeah. So getting back to the philosophy of this whole business, right? The whole point being, humanity, you are so mean to me. Humans, I've only done all I can to help others and be a good guy and be helpful in my quest to just be a friendly guy. Partially, I would imagine, because I am a bit misanthropic, actually. I'm quite happy just being by myself. But at the same time, I love people. It's weird. Do you understand? Like, I love helping them, but I don't want to spend a lot of time with them, Sometime, yeah, but I like, how about this? I value my time alone. But I noticed that, and this is a mantra that Buddha figured out years ago. Millions of years ago, or however. How old is Buddhism? I don't even know, but of course it's not millions of years old. But the point being, life is pain. Life is pain. And it is silly for us to expect that we can go through life without feeling pain. And that is doubly true if you interact with people. So the less people you interact with, the more pain-free your life will be. That is true. But I've talked about this before too. Friends are a pain in the ass. Like Daichen, I love the guy, but he hurt he didn't hurt my feelings. I just felt sad when I heard him, not just put down my videos, but everybody who blogs, is a kind of a loser video. A comment that he made one day, which is sad. And Maggie, Maggie loves the guy too, so I mean, I think he paints himself with like I think he rubs like chicken skin on himself before he comes over. But anyway, but yeah, it's doubly true if you interact with other people. So it goes back to the should I be a loner and interact with no one, or should I interact with people and have it come back and bite me on the ass, which invariably, inevitably, indubitably, it will happen. So this is, I think, a question that not only I, but lots of other people deal with. Anyway, so that's what I've been thinking about this evening. That is my laundry vlog for you today. Again, I don't really... I guess, it seems pointless to hash out something that happened years ago, but I just, I felt kind of silly just saying no to Hikosaemon because he wanted to have BobbyJudo on, and he's a good blogger, and you guys are interested in quality bloggers, and I gotta say, he's a good blogger, he's a quality blogger, so despite any personal reservations I have about the man, I'll give him that, he's a man. Yeah, I gotta admit he's a good blogger. So we're gonna have him on Wednesday night, and I recommend you go check out his channel. And because I've only watched one video, go check out his channel and see. You might have some questions for him. He's bilingual. I don't remember much else about him, or I don't know what I'm allowed to say publicly anymore. So I think I've talked quite a bit already, and who knows? As a result of this video, he may decide he does not want to be on the 2.5 Oyajis show. But if he does, well, I'm welcome. I'll be polite, and if you'd like to talk about the past, that's fine too. Whatever. And maybe I should probably take it easy on this on Wednesday night just to make sure that things are not too. The things remained. Non-alcohol aggravated, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you got to the end of the video, what do we say tonight? If you got to the end of the video, ask me if I like Suntory better than Knob Creek, which is what... Ask me about whiskey. Make a comment about whiskey. Any reference to whiskey. Or, yeah. Okay. Good night. And I hope this is in sync.